hate puppies. It's good podcasting.
I feel threatened.
Alright, I'm gonna go get the coolers. Hold on. Adios.
What's going on?
Funniest thing Stu ever said.
That's exactly right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and, of course, helping you figure out what you should drink
Yes.
week in and week out.
It's a number one first world problem.
I've noticed other ones like the This Is Important podcast are like treading dangerously close to solving first world problems.
Oh, whoa. Stay
their-
in your lane, dude.
In their thinking, right?
Yeah,
and I'm just like, wait a minute. So now I have to add that little qualifier and helping you figure out what to
Little
drink.
caveat.
It's just the extra step. Well, now that there's like 2 million podcasts
Yeah.
at any given moment.
Everyone has one or two now.
Exactly. So now I have to add another wrinkle.
So, listeners, if you haven't put it together yet, we got a little special edition tonight. I know certain listeners, Adam, Billy, could name a bunch of other people. We got a Stu Free episode here.
Chris.
Yeah. Over at the Teach Me Babe podcast.
But you know who is here today?
Birds a lot recently.
Oh,
I can't.
Pat.
I can't. I forgot I'm already running something with it, so I can't.
I missed the soundboard. I'm glad to see it back.
Yeah, I got a wild hair up my ass over the weekend, and the soundboard was causing a problem because I constantly was having to re-upload.
Yeah, it was like you go into it and it'd be gone. And
It would just delete
Yeah.
sounds, and then I'd go to touch them and they'd be gone, and that kind of frustration would just get under my skin.
Yeah.
So the other night, I just had nothing to do, and I literally just sat there and just downloaded sound after sound after sound. And the worst part is that I found an old iPad in the house,
Oh, nice.
which is like a far more superior machine for
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
because it doesn't glitch out. It'll
Yeah.
work, especially if it's only running one program.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't find it because the kids had taken it. So I found
That
the
doesn't
old,
sound like kids at all.
I know. So then I found the old soundboard, and I put all the sounds back on. Took hours and hours. Which if I had just done it once on the iPad, now
would've
I'm
been done.
I'm like a week away from being like, this piece of shit.
Yep. Yeah, iPads are awesome. Everything by Apple's awesome. It's superior. If you want to work day in and day out, that's what Apple does. I fully understand, droid nerds, that your droid does all these crazy things that you end up not using, but Apple's work, and that's what I like.
iPads. We're talking about iPads?
And Apple. All Apple products.
It's a misnomer.
You know they work better than droids.
Objection! Hearsay!
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yes, you're going to start in with that kind of nonsense right away? Fine. I'll fight back.
I like how you undercut yourself, but yet try to still prove yourself correct. Because you just,
Oh, doesn't work.
if it was an iPad, it would work.
It just failed right there in real time. That's fine.
That's not like the iPad. That's not like the soundboard that I've grown accustomed to.
No, that's exactly
That's exactly.
the soundboard that I've grown accustomed
Yeah.
to. It's quite heartbreaking. But yes, it's back because I ran out of I had stuff. I didn't have anything to do.
That's weird. I
It
thought
was
you were
weird.
busy. You were out of town. You were out of town this past weekend.
Well, this was like 2 nights ago, and then last night, and so I wasn't.
Yeah.
Out
How
of
was
town.
your trip?
I'm recovering.
First drink?
Yes. Absolutely. Actually, well, that's not entirely true. When I landed, my wife was like, well, she was like, I have the day off. You have the day off. Like, we're home. It's noon.
Let's start drinking.
She made it till about 4 before she was like, I'm going to crack a bottle of wine. And I was like, you know what? I'll have a couple bourbons.
There you go.
Cracked that bourbon that you made.
Yeah,
that your
Tyler's
buddy-
bourbon.
Woo-wee.
I haven't cracked mine yet. It's good stuff.
It is, yes.
Nice.
Let's just start with that. Yes. Very different, like, flavor profile. It's very, it's a sweet bourbon,
Uh-huh.
which I far prefer to, like, overly oaky bourbon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for me, I don't know if everyone would love it, but I was like, dude.
Did you drink
this
it neat
is-
or did you put any ice in it?
A little bit of ice.
Yeah, it's a 106 proof, so it's a little high octane. I prefer to throw a little ice in it, let it melt down a little.
Honestly, it doesn't taste
Yeah.
106 proof at all.
Yeah.
It's a great bourbon.
Yeah.
So shout out to your buddy Tyler. That dude knows how to make bourbon.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
He and his buddies got a barrel and bottled it. And had a bottle.
I was actually so I was in Nashville over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Flew out Monday.
So you had 3 nights of going hard.
3 legitimate nights of getting after it in that crazy town.
First off, how were the flights? Because we've heard when we've talked about all the crazy, duct taping people, flights being delayed hours and hours. Like, did you hit any of that? Because you and I haven't talked. I know nothing about this trip.
Literally have not. Yeah, outside of like a Marco Polo today. Like,
Yeah.
we're doing a podcast later. Allegiant's great.
Nice.
I didn't see any. Like, it's one of those airlines that nickels and dimes you for everything.
Yeah.
Like, print the boarding passes, $5 a boarding pass.
Yeah.
You want to bring a carry-on, you're going to pay for that. But if you just pay for that up front, like when you're buying the ticket, I was like, okay, we'll
Pre-planned, basically,
Yeah.
is what you're saying.
I was like, all right, we'll do 2 checked bags, 2 carry-ons. That should be more than enough for 4 people, I would think, for 3 days. Come on. So prepaid for that. And then
So you each took a check or you just took 4 bags
let
between the 4 people?
the girls could check.
Smart.
The guys will carry on.
Yeah.
And then everyone can bring a backpack. That's free. And then I was like, and I'll pick our seats.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you don't get to pick your seats. So I was like, I'll pay all these fees up front. It still saved me like well over $200 a ticket.
Awesome.
And it was a direct flight. So as far as I was concerned, as long as you know you're going to get nickel and dimed,
Yeah.
what's the problem?
There is none.
Sounded fine to me.
And I'm,
you're
fi-
still
I'm fine
cheaper.
with all that.
Yeah.
It's the whole, we're running 20 minutes late, and then 20 minutes later. We're running 20 minutes late, and then 2 hours later, you're, or you get stuck on the tarmac. Like, any of that stuff is the stuff that drives me crazy.
No delays. No nothing. I mean, it was pretty seamless. Now, of course, you're surrounded by schmucks.
Of course.
Because, I mean, it's a low-cost airline, and they're all going to Nashville, which
So
is...
they're ready to get rowdy.
Which
They're
is-
rowdy schmucks.
Yeah, I know what's funny about that. You get on that plane, because there's only 2 flights to Nashville, like from Richmond and out of Nashville. So it's all the same idiots, but you see them 3 days later.
Yeah.
So it's like you all flew out there, and everyone looked kind of bright-eyed, and then everyone's coming back. Oh, God.
So the one coming back, everybody's just silent and just chilling and...
Yeah. There was this one lady, though, just annoyed the piss out of me. She had a mask, right? And everyone has to wear a mask. But so she was obviously adamant about not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
She had one that was made out of jewels
Oh, nice.
that were just kind of stitched together so you could clearly see
right through it.
right
Yeah.
through it. And she's just sitting there like, I'm wearing my mask.
Yeah.
But she keeps having to take it off because it's cutting her lips off.
Yes.
So she's just, and everything she has is bedazzled.
Oh, of course.
And she's got cat lady.
She must love Nashville.
Dude, cat lady bedazzled across the back of her shirt.
Oh my God. Was she by herself?
Absolutely. Who in their right mind?
You never know in today's world.
She flew there by herself and she flew back by herself. And I don't think she was going there to strip.
Look, here's the deal with the mask thing, man. I'm not a big fan of it myself. Not,
Sure,
we
well,
don't
who
go
is?
we don't go political here.
No.
That's fine. I'm not saying whatever. The deal is they want you to wear the damn mask. Wear the damn mask. They make a million comfortable styles now. Just put the stupid thing on while you're on the plane and take it off. The end.
Yeah, I picked up some Adidas masks the other day.
Yeah.
They're super comfy. Like, I like them
I mean, I'd rather wear that than hand stitch a bedazzled one that's cutting my face just to prove a point.
That was so funny. Yeah, because she wanted you to know,
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to wear a mask.
She was waiting for somebody to say something to it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But she kept having to pull it up off her mouth because you could see that these things were just
Rubbing, yeah.
cutting her face up. And I'm like, this could be so much easier.
Yeah.
You could still prove a point. Right, fuck yo mask.
Yeah.
Right on the front of your mask and
Yeah.
wear it, but it'd be more comfortable than bedazzled.
Or even if you didn't want to go vulgar, you could say, mask are for idiots or you could write whatever you want on it.
You could write anything. I object.
Yeah.
I don't care. But
yeah.
protest mask. I don't
Yeah.
know. But yeah, I just thought she sucked. But
I'm
yeah.
wearing the mask so I don't get fined.
Yeah, that's a perfect
I'm just
mask.
here to not get fined.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's his name?
That's exactly right. That was running back for Seattle.
Yep.
Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch, yeah.
Sports.
We're the sports guys.
That's
Everybody
right.
knows that.
But yeah, so Nashville was great. We got there super early in the morning, though, which is always a little interesting.
Dude, because that makes for a long day and night.
Makes for a very long day. And, of course, we go straight to the hotel. We're like, hey, long shot, but we got 2 rooms. The catch is I want them close to each other.
Yeah.
Which I'm like,
And you want them early because you're there before
Yeah.
the 4 o'clock check-in.
Which I said, I'm like, I know I'm not going to get what I'm asking for. That's perfectly fine. Just note, we'll take them as early as possible, and they have to be close
Yeah.
to each other. So, of course, they're like, cool, we don't have a room. I was like, fair enough. It's 10 a.m.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get
yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have even checked out by now.
Yeah.
So that means,
But a lot of them let you leave your stuff there.
but that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Then you're like, hey, here's a couple bucks. Hold on to those bags. We're gonna go head out.
Yeah.
So I'm in my first bar by 11.
That's awesome and dangerous.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like it was dangerous. But yeah, so we went right down to Broadway. I mean, didn't know where else to
I
go.
gotta get over there, man. I know it's awesome.
Man, it's crazy. That town, you want to talk about masks.
Or lack thereof.
There is not a mask in that town. And you know me, like I'm a little more sensitive than most about
Yeah.
that whole thing. So like I get down there and the first thing I'm looking for, like we're walking down Broadway and it's just everybody's partying already. It's 11. All the bachelorette parties are in their buses. Woo! Screaming, going nuts. I'm like, how are you drunk?
Yeah.
It's 11. And all the
You
bars.
can't drink all day if you don't start early. Everybody knows that.
I understand that, but I was starting at 11. I felt like, look at me. I'm really putting it on.
Yeah.
So we ended up going to a bar that had like all the windows open and everything. And so we just sat right by a window, caught a band. 'Cause
Nice.
Of course, they're playing.
They got music everywhere there.
Yeah, walked into a 3-story bar. First floor was completely jammed. Went to the second.
Like couldn't walk through without bumping into people jammed.
All seats full, and then now standing room is where we were.
Uh-huh.
It's not like nuts to butts, but
Yeah.
crowded.
Yeah.
So we went upstairs. Sure enough, another band playing. There's like 4 people up there, and all the big windows are open. I was like, this is perfect. We'll sit right here by the window. By 12:30, completely packed, bars completely
This is
full.
on a Friday.
Yeah, Friday, lunchtime.
Nice.
Just
Can you imagine working down there? How hard would it be? I don't know what is. I'm assuming there's businesses down there.
oh yeah,
Like imagine you worked in an office building du jour down there, and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab lunch at the honky tonk, like, and then you just see everybody partying all summer long. Like, how hard would it be to go into work? Like, I'm just gonna take the rest of the day off.
I mean, my buddy Kevin lives down there, and I got to see him a couple times on that trip. So like, he actually met us out for lunch, but he was smart. He knew I was coming, so
Took off.
he took Friday off, and so he met us up there probably about 1 o'clock, and by that point it was already packed out, and we just started hopping. But our whole thing was we were going to rooftop bars.
Y'all want to stay outside?
We trying, you can only do
Yeah.
so much. But yes, everything we tried to do was rooftop bars. Like go through the crazy honky tonk, go up
Because it
4
was you, the
floors.
wife, and another couple.
The Duke and his wife.
Yeah, the Duke and his wife.
Yes. So, yeah, did a lot of rooftop partying, which means you have the 3rd tier band.
Yes.
Because the first floor is the best band, second floor is the next best band, and then up on the rooftop, you got the worst.
Yeah.
So-
The headliner, the feature, and the opening act.
Basically, all at the same time. of
Yeah.
course. But I was
Which
shocked.
sounds crazy to me as someone who's never been there because I feel like all that music would bleed into each other.
Yet it doesn't.
Really?
It's crazy.
That is so weird.
All
Like,
you
see how
hear
they
is the-
construct all that.
Loosely. Most of these places are chateaus.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. So we really tried to focus on getting to the rooftops and partying. I felt good about all of our partying
Did you
except for
see the Irish girl we interviewed?
no, Claire Cunningham
Yeah.
is blowing up.
She's getting big, huh?
She was in Texas
Oh, man.
playing a bunch of shows there. So like she had been moved out, unfortunately. So I did try to catch up with Claire though. Well, via Stu.
Yeah.
So who knows if I really tried.
Yeah, because you don't know if Stu tried.
I assume he did. Any excuse to reach out to Claire Cunningham, I'm sure he did.
Ding, 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 ding.
So he reached out and said, "Oh no, she's in Texas this weekend." I was like, "Damn it!" So we tried.
Nice.
But yeah, man, we had a blast. A lot of drinking. But as you can imagine, like that day started early, and then just kept going.
How late did y'all go that night?
12:30.
So not.
I don't think
y'all didn't like go. I mean, that's a long day, but y'all didn't overdo it.
I think I completely crapped out by 12:30. And my
Did the wife stay up that late? Because she's notorious.
she was up till midnight.
That's impressive.
That was extremely impressive.
You don't see that very often.
No, we got there, went back home, like partied at like 2-3 bars. Then the rain started pouring. Jumped in an Uber, went back to the hotel, checked in, went right up to the rooftop bar because this place I chose our hotel.
Nice.
I knew the Thompson is like just off of everything in the kind of the nicer area.
Could you not walk to Broadway and all the bars? You had to Uber?
We did on the way
the
there,
rain-
but
the
it was
rain,
pouring,
yeah.
so it's like screw that. But a lot of like bird riding, the scooters,
Yeah.
a lot of catching Uber, whatever was needed.
Yeah.
And then went up to the rooftop bar because I purposely chose that hotel because the rooftop bar is on fire.
On point, huh?
Always. And the Gulch is where all the bachelorette parties go. So you go to that rooftop bar, you're outnumbered 5-1
So you got just fun stuff to look at all night?
the whole time. The whole time.
What did the women think in the group?
They thought, holy shit, this place is great.
Because they got to watch silly 20-somethings just
Yeah.
be goofy and
Yeah,
get
and
after it.
the place caters to women. So like
Yeah.
they had the shambongs, as you see right
Yeah,
here.
see, you got the shambongs over there. It's funny that these are sitting out here.
I love a good shambong, man. These are great. I mean, can you describe how would you describe that?
So this is a champagne flute glass, but the stem is hollow, and instead of it going to a base, it makes a 90-degree turn, and it's about 8 inches long, and you have two of them, and they're in little special holders.
The
Cause
shambong holder.
you can't hold them. They won't. You can't sit them down. They have to be in this. You either have to have them in your hand or have them in
because
this
there's no
holder.
way to.
No, they don't stand up on their own. And it's funny that you have these, and I guess you guys were doing them while y'all were in Nashville, because when I was up in Berlin, Maryland this past weekend, I saw people doing them there.
This is the kind of stuff you find in towns where girls are looking to drink.
Yeah.
And so the shambong was super popular. What I didn't learn until the last day I was there is that a glass of Prosecco was $16 at the place we were in,
Uh-huh.
and 2 shambongs were $12.
Oh.
I
so
Didn't figure that out till the last day.
Oh, man, that would have saved you a ton of money.
Heck yeah, because my wife loves drinking champagne and
Yes.
Proseccos. So by the end of the trip, I'm like, she'll have another shambong, which of course lends itself to drinking much more quickly. You
Yeah.
should. But it's saving me
So
money.
this thing, to finish the description, it looks like you hold it at an angle, you fill the flute with the champagne, and then you beer bong it, basically.
Yeah, but you can put it back in the stand.
In the holder.
and so they were sipping them. Our girls were sipping them. We were
Oh, just
saving
sipping
money.
them out of the bottom?
Of course, yeah. It looks like you just keep lifting the crack pipe up to your face.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a large crack pipe.
Gigantic pipe.
So did you try one?
No,
Okay.
but on the last day I was there, I did order the high end shambongs, which are now here, which I spent far too much money on shambongs. But in the middle of the night,
Seemed like a great idea.
I was like, "This is brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my wife a shambong, and we'll never stop partying." Then we got back. She was like, "That is so stupid. Why do you have shambongs?"
Well, the problem with them from the look is they're very ornate, and they look very delicate. And
Extremely.
It
The ones
looks-
in the bars are plastic.
yeah, they look hard to clean and hard to store and hard to use and hard to do anything.
It's a bad choice.
But it's artistic.
Super artistic.
And it's a conversation piece.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we were right in the bachelorette capital of the world. I mean, literally every night. Ooh, jeez. I don't know what you were doing right there, but yes, that is a high-end shambong.
Is that crystal?
That is very nice stuff. Yeah, so we were in the
Got
Bachelorette
an elephant
Center.
on it and says Shambong.
That's right. Baller, dude.
That's the original one. That's not some knockoff.
Yeah, that's a real Shambong.
That's a real Shambong.
I don't want some fake Shambong
No.
up in here.
That's not some Folex version.
No. The elephant's on there, man.
That's right. Only the best.
But yeah,
When
so
I'm bonging champagne.
yeah, so that area though, like bachelorette parties everywhere. The whole
Gross.
time.
Who wants to see that?
It's pretty gross.
Yeah.
So that's the area where the famous wings are. The wing mural.
Oh yeah.
You seen the wing mural?
That's right.
So
It's on Facebook and Instagram and all that
constantly, no woman between the age of 21 and 35.
stuff. I would guess 14. And
Okay, sure, but I was
55.
giving it the drinking
Yeah.
drinking age.
I bet sober teenagers go there all the time.
There is so the first day when we left, we got there, it's like 10:30 and we're walking to Broadway. And I'm like, "Ladies, let's turn left. I want to take you by the wings and then we'll go." And they're like, "What's the wings?" And I was
They didn't know.
well, they knew because I told them you got to see the Instagram
Yeah.
spot, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Come on, you got to see this. Like, this is crazy." I was like, "There's going to be a line of women around the block, just waiting to get their picture taken. They're gonna do their sexiest, prettiest
Yeah,
pose.
yeah, yeah.
They're gonna do all this
How would-
crazy stuff.
How is there not a version of that in every city?
Who knows?
I mean, right? It's not like
It draws the
Yeah.
women. I mean, they
if I owned
all
a bar
go
in
to it.
Richmond, I would have someone do that.
right outside.
Or like do butterfly, or just like if you want to change it up a little bit.
yeah, the
But, like,
butterfly wings would work.
yeah.
Yeah, they
Or fairy
absolutely-
wings.
They love it. I mean, these 2 stories of wings.
Yeah.
And it's all done up where in the wings it's intricate, like guitars and different. Very
Yeah.
Nashville, but
Very
it's the
classy.
can't miss spot for all the bachelorette parties. They have to go there and get their picture. So of course I'm 1 block.
How
from that.
original.
So when I sit on my rooftop bar, I can actually watch the line of women
Oh, wow.
just going to get there.
Yeah.
I love this bar.
Yeah.
So I chose that hotel. Paid dearly for it.
Nice.
And so I walked the girls by, and they're like, "Oh, you weren't kidding. There's really a line like around the block." And I'm like, "Absolutely. Like
Yeah.
this is nonstop, all hours. Women are getting that picture. They get their coffee right here. There's a Starbucks and a Killebrew coffee, and then they go right
Oh,
there.
my God. I can smell the pumpkin spice.
Mm-hmm.
This is some basic bitch shit.
It's the one. And the girls, as soon as they saw it, they were like, "That's ridiculous. All these people are waiting in line." I'm like, "Yeah, but you guys are going to get that picture, right?" And they're like, "Absolutely." I was like, "Cool. I was just checking."
Why is that universal?
It just is. It just is. But so I ended up getting my picture taken there.
Yes, you did.
I did.
You
I
did. How did that go? I saw that picture. How did that picture go over? Are you
Well,
going to post that picture?
I have no shame.
Okay.
I can share that photo. It's a beautiful picture.
Yeah, it's very classy and artistic. And
Yeah. So it was, I took it on Sunday. It was Sunday. I was like hurting,
yeah, so you've had 2 full days and nights
of partying way too hard. And I'm just like, every time we see
before or
those-
after church.
During. So I had been saying, I was like, I want to take like a bad wings picture.
Yeah,
I want to take a bad one, And I'm at this point, I'm as
probably
bored-
not a lot of guys there, right?
never saw a guy
Yeah,
at any time. Well, I saw one.
you
This guy.
in the Duke.
Dude, I rolled up there because it was kind of like a rainy day. It was a little overcast, a little
Uh-huh.
drizzle, and I'm up on the rooftop bar and I'm looking down and I'm like, "Hey, man, there's no line.
Yeah,
Like,
today's the day.
today's the day. Like I've been drinking for days, I've been eating for days.
Yeah.
I am in
Peak.
pristine
Yeah,
shape.
you're like a fighter getting ready to go into the cage.
Yes.
Yeah,
So I was like, I'm going. I'm getting my picture taken at the wings. So we head downstairs and I'm walking and I'm like, this is perfect. There's no line.
yeah.
Right before when
Sunday
I'm
makes sense too. Like I could see Friday and Saturday, the girls are getting turned up, and they're like,
packed out.
yeah,
I'll be damn if like when I'm like half a block from it, from around the corner,
oh,
like a Thriller video, like
the pack.
the Bachelorettes come
Yeah.
around. More like the Beat It video.
Yeah.
They come around and they all come down and they just start lining up. And I'm like, damn it. And I was like, well, I'm pot committed. Our wives are getting ready.
I feel like that happens every time I try to drive through a restaurant. Like, if I'm in a hurry and I'm like, I'm just going to swing into Wendy's and grab something. I get behind a car that makes 3 turns, and I end up staying behind it. I'm like,
boom.
Please tell me you're not going to Wendy's. And they
Yep.
drive past 4 other places and go right. I'm like, how does this always? And then they're ordering for 14 people. I'm like, God damn it.
Well, I at least got lucky. Like, the first pack of women came around and got in the line, and then I could see the other packs coming.
So you kind of
So
like
I slid
hustled
in.
in. Yeah.
And so I'm standing there. The only
Is it all
dude-
4 of y'all?
No. It's just my buddy Kevin,
Uh-huh.
and then the Duke and I.
So the girls, when did the girls
The girls
have-
were changing.
did they ever get their picture?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, right after this moment in time, they got theirs. I just happened to get caught between 3 different groups of women. First group got in line. I got in line behind them. 2 more groups of women got in line behind me.
Oh, were they like, what the hell are you 3 guys doing here?
Yeah, and these guys are laughing because they know exactly
Yeah.
what I'm doing here. And so I wait in line patiently, and I'm watching the girls. They're like, all right, crazy picture. All right, sexy picture. All right, girl, bring it. And they're like coaching them all through it, know, and they're
Yep.
hip out, boobs out,
Yeah.
boobs not out. Like, this one's for mom. This one's for my
Yeah.
man. They're doing all their
This one's for Insta.
yes. The Insta is always the duck face. Like
Yeah.
it's all the things, and I'm getting to watch it play out.
That duck face thing is the dumbest thing.
It's adorable.
It is awful.
It is.
And
bad.
no one looks good doing that duck face.
No, but it is. It's in half the photos.
Why?
Don't know. So I roll up. It's finally my turn. I roll up. I get there looking all just beat, and then I just take my shirt off. And my guys are laughing their ass off, and the girls are like, "What's he doing? What's he doing? Hey, what's he doing? Oh my God, what's that guy doing?" And then I get up there, and as soon as I get there, I'm like, "All right, Kevin, you ready?" And then I go, "Boop," and I stick my gut out. I lean back.
Yeah, you did not like flex at all. You were like, you're holding your shirt in one hand. You're like,
I had my shirt disheveled looking, and
you
then
got your head like tilted back and like eyes rolled back. Like, ugh.
I closed my eyes, rolled my head back, stuck my gut out, and just made the sound really loud. And my voice like snap, 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 and the girls are all just aghast.
Yeah,
You hear,
yeah.
what's he doing? And I'm like, and I did an audible gasp because I felt like you needed to get that
Yeah.
energy. So, and just leaned back into it, take a couple pictures, and I'm like, you get it? And they're like, we got it. And I'm like, sweet. I was like, ladies, you're up.
Peace out.
Yeah. Put my shirt back on. I was like, let me see it. And I'm like, oh, yes.
Yes.
It's perfect. It looks like a man who's been drinking for a couple days and eating.
So
and
did the next girl do the same pose?
took her top right off, stuck her gut out,
Yeah.
fell to the side like she
Yeah.
was dying. Yeah, it was not intended to look good. And
You nailed that.
Nailed it.
Yeah, you nailed that.
Nailed it. Felt pretty good. I actually, in retrospect, I probably should have like flexed the pecs and then let the gut come out. At least
Yeah.
like counterbalance. But nah,
Nah.
au natural. The girls were extremely disappointed.
Yes.
In it. Extremely.
I bet your
disappointed.
wife was so happy to not have been there for that.
Oh, the best thing is like when girls are like comparing their photos, you can be like, hey, you guys get a wing photo? And they're like, oh, yeah. And I was like, oh, me too.
Me too.
And then you show it to
Yeah.
them, and they're like, oh, God. Yeah, it was nice.
Of all the pictures, that's the one you went with. Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Yeah, well, you can see I was sucking in my gut and flexing. Yeah, it
You
was.
should have duck faced.
Oh. Damn it. Now that you say that,
Yeah.
that would have been so much better.
Yeah, that would have been better.
Damn it, man. All right. You got me there. I should have duck faced.
Hey, hindsight's 2020.
I also then later that day bought some cowboy boots,
Oh, you did?
and I almost went back to retake it.
Just in
Shorts and the cowboy boots, and then I wanted it in tighty whities and cowboy boots.
Oh,
like
yeah.
was the ultimate look. But
Yeah.
I didn't have tighty whities. I didn't
So
want
what
to go.
kind of cowboy boots did you get? Because that's a big purchase for someone who doesn't wear cowboy boots.
I went with the Ariats.
Yep. Ariat's good
I
brand.
mean There's like this brand called Lucchese
Uh-huh.
that's out there, and I found this boot. Right, I'm in this place, and I'm like, oh, that's the perfect cowboy boot. And I grabbed it. It was $419.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, huh, I'm not a Lucchese guy.
No.
Like, I'm not a Lucchese guy.
So is it like, because cowboy boots, I have a pair of cowboy boots. They come in a lot of different styles now. Like,
I went traditional Western round tip.
okay. So, and it's got like the heel on it that
About a
looks like
1-inch heel.
But it looks like for riding horses.
Oh, for sure. But the Ariats are made like they're work boots, so
Yeah.
they have a little more padding and
Yeah,
stuff.
mine look like they're cowboy boots, but they're more like square toe, but it has like a work boot heel on it, not like a riding horse's heel.
Yeah, this has more of the riding. This is a true Western.
Yeah.
I wanted a traditional boot.
Do you click clack when you walk down the
No, because the bottom has like a rubber.
rubber?
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
You don't have to click around. I heard a lot of women clicking around on
Oh,
rooftops.
yeah.
Apparently, the thing right now is every group of women has to have one or two designated white cowboy boot girls where they wear the full white.
Are those the bachelorettes, or is that just
It's just a thing. Like every group
Uh-huh.
of women, there's at least one that has the white cowboy boots. And I'm a big fan of the white cowboy boot. And boy, did
on girls?
Yeah, our women hated that look.
Yeah.
I kept telling them, I was like, well, it's doing its job.
Well, white shoes are awful because I just immediately get them dirty. White anything, I immediately get dirty.
It's true. It's true.
What color did you go with?
Standard brown. Like I didn't go.
Yeah.
I just
Nothing
wanted something.
crazy.
I just wanted something that fit because I got a pair of cowboy boots that's 2 sizes too small.
Oh yeah, that's brutal.
So this is like the same boot, but with more comfortable everything.
Yeah.
And-
Can't wait to see them.
Yeah, I was gonna wear them tonight, and then you got here, and I was like, screw it.
Yeah, you were busy.
I was kind of in a spot, yeah. So. But yeah, got my picture. Definitely did some partying. Discovered a new thing in Nashville. They've got they just built a food court, like in the right
in downtown.
right in Broadway.
Wow.
They call it the Food Assembly Hall. And I didn't think much of it, but my boy Kevin is like, oh man, this food court is fantastic. He's like, it's got all the Nashville hot spots have their place in the food court.
So you don't have to like trip all across back and forth across Nashville.
Yeah, and they're like, he's like, it's everyone get what they want, and it's really high end food. So we were like, yeah, but bro, it's a food court. Like, we're not going to the food court.
I love food courts.
Well, we went in the food court that very first day, and taco places, Hattie B's, hot chicken, like all kinds of crazy
All the hits.
stuff. All the hits. It's 2 huge food courts connected by a walking bridge, and they have bands in there.
Sounds like a dope spot.
They have like 4 bars in the food court.
Nice.
So I'm like, okay, hold on a minute. Like, I'm going to grab a drink. We'll grab some tacos. I'm going to sit here and watch a band. Like, this sounds great. Dude, we hit that food court so many times.
Oh yeah.
They're like, everyone's like, what was your favorite part of Nashville? And I'm like, oh, Assembly Hall, the food court.
Yeah.
So good. So good. Yeah, we were in there
That's awesome.
far too often.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. I mean,
Because it's like, where are we going to go for dinner? And if you're down there, it's like,
just hit the food court.
we'll just hit the food
Everybody
court.
can get whatever they want.
Yeah, we'll meet right here. Go
Yeah.
get yourself whatever drink you want from any bar you want.
Yeah.
Meet you here in
Genius.
15 minutes.
And now you don't have to go through the whole rigmarole of
No, and last call in the food court, 1 a.m.
amazing.
All the places are still open.
Sounds like heaven.
It was great. So like that first day, we hit the food court for dinner. Then we partied it up all night, bar hopping all over the place. End of the night, we're leaving.
Hit
It's
the
like,
food court.
we should hit the food court. Boom. Right back in the food court. Late night. Dude, I covered myself in pho. Like, I got these noodles, like the pho noodles.
Oh, the PHO, pho, or
Yeah.
whatever. Pho.
So I went up there, and I'm like, how hot is this, man? Little, like, Korean guys like,
Yeah.
oh, this is hot, man. And I'm like, yeah, cool. I'll take hot.
Yeah, I want
Like-
the hot.
And he was like, what size? And I was like, the biggest you got. He's like, all right. And I go, double beef.
Oh, my gosh. This is a drunken late
This
night
is a
decision.
And he's like, okay, man, your wish.
He's like, drunken special coming up.
Yeah. So I ate that whole damn thing, but I spilled broth
All over you.
all over my shirt, all over my pants, and I was wearing like light blue pants.
So it just looked like you had.
It looked like I'd crapped in the front of my pants. It was unbelievable. And
That's a good look.
And it was so just hot, just sweating.
Just sweating.
Just snotting. My eyes are tearing up, and I ate the whole damn thing. I rolled back by that guy. He was like, "Oh, you." And I was like, ate the whole thing. He came out and fist bumped me.
Nice.
I was like, respect.
Respect. Tip of the cap.
Even 2 days later, we're walking back through the food court, and the Duke's wife is like, "Hey, what order did you get the other night? Because that was amazing." And I was like, "The largest at hot, double beef." And then she goes over there and orders it, and I come walking around, and I was like, she got my order, and he's like, my man right there. I was in the food court enough that I was a regular at the noodle place.
That was the jam, huh? So if I ever get out there, I got to get to the food court.
Absolutely. Like, I can't oversell the food court.
Nice.
You got to try Velvet Tacos. Phenomenal. You should absolutely ignore the smoking chicken. What a nightmare.
Did you eat some hot chicken?
Oh, yeah. We went to Party Foul, which the Duke, of course, because he's got that iron gut.
Yeah, I can.
He's like, "Oh, I'm getting it Nashville hot." And I was like, my recommendation is to get medium because it'll be hot.
Yeah. I would go full Nashville.
That's what he did. So now I'm feeling like a schmuck.
Yep.
Sunday morning. So I'm like, all right, I'll go full Nashville hot. I didn't want to look like the bitch, Dude, that was the worst meal because it was so hot.
Yeah. Like too hot to enjoy.
Way too hot.
Did he like it?
We're all snotting at the table, like
eyes watering.
He and I both walked out of there, and the girls are like, "Let's go downtown." And we're like, "Absolutely not."
You're like, "I'm going back to the hotel.
We're going straight to the room. I have got to go to the bathroom."
Yeah.
Like this was
already coming out of me.
Dude, the Duke, we were walking down the street, and the Duke just beeline, pew, gone, gone. And it was the best because he kept getting caught at crosswalks, and we'd catch him, and then he'd be gone again. But, yeah, we ended up wasting some time. And then the next day, of course, I'm in the airport first thing in the morning.
Gut still messed up.
All that Nashville hot
happened
at the airport. Brutal.
Leave it in Nashville. Don't bring it back here.
Dude, once just on the other side of TSA and then once right by the gate. Double.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Not my proudest moment. Oh, and the Duke. This was great. So my boy Kevin's hanging out, right?
First time meeting the Duke?
Yeah, first time meeting the Duke, and we're all
Nice.
chilling. And it was like,
have I met Kevin?
You haven't, but he'll be coming to Richmond soon. He lives in Nashville.
Yeah.
So they hung out Friday, and then we're hanging out Sunday, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm away from them, and then I hear Kevin yell, "Hold on, you're the Duke?" I was like, "What?" And he's like, "You didn't tell me this was the Duke." And I'm like, I come over, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's the Duke." And for the next 5 minutes, Kevin was starstruck.
Oh wow!
So I didn't realize that he was a listener.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He's like, "You didn't tell me this was the Duke."
The Duke's got fans.
Yeah, he's
That's
got
awesome.
fans. The dude was full blown starstruck.
That's awesome.
"You're the Duke." I was like, that was the greatest thing ever.
I love it.
You dropped a "You're the Duke." there was all right. So there's one night we're in this honky tonk, right?
You better come at me like that when I meet him.
I'm sure
if
he
he
will.
thinks the Duke is cool.
Yeah, the Duke is a bit player. So, but all right, I'll tell you one last story about Nashville.
I like the stories. I got a million. Want to hear them.
But I'm in Nudies.
Nudies.
Yeah, Nudies is
Sounds like a strip club.
I know it does, but it is not. He is the guy who actually made the suits for Elvis. So all those
all
those
those
crazy bedazzled suits. That's Nudie. Nudie he has a flair for the flamboyant, to say the least. And
he has a bar.
Oh yeah, Nudie's Honky Tonk, affectionately known as the longest bar in Nashville. Not the longest running, just the longest.
Oh, it's like the bar is super long.
That's their whole claim to
Nice.
fame. The longest. Of course, Nudie wanted to make sure he had the longest honky tonk.
The next one he builds upstairs will be the thickest one.
Of course, the girthiest bar in Nashville. And so
I can't reach across it. Yeah, I gotta slide the bartender's got to slide the drink
That's
over to
right.
you. It's so girthy.
Yeah, we only hire bartenders with 8-foot wingspans.
That's right. We got these special tools hanging back here that we can push the drink over to you.
Yep. I'd like the Magnum.
Yeah.
That's-
They just laugh you out. You don't get the Magnum.
Yeah. So I'm upstairs at Nudi's late night, pretty hammered. Go to the bathroom. So I have to walk back through the craziness. Go into the bathroom. Come walking out, and I'll be damn if I'm not standing there like walking through the crowd, and then just catch out of the corner of my eye a wallet just sitting on the ground.
Nice.
Not a responsibility I want.
Yeah, because now you get free drinks.
That was not how I interpreted the
I'm kidding.
situation.
I would never do that.
That's not. I saw it and thought to myself,
Now I got to find this.
I'm
person.
surrounded by drunk assholes.
Yeah.
Now here I am outside of the bathroom, right at the base of where the crowd. It's like you come out
Starts.
it's right there. And I'm like, shit. Wallet. Pick it up. Don.
Don.
And I'm like looking
Fucking
at him.
Don.
And I'm looking at the crowd like I'm gonna spot
Yeah, like you're
Don.
in the mass of people. Oh, there's Don.
Yeah, like my AI is gonna kick in and my facial recognition software is
You get a
gonna,
Terminator.
yeah, be like boom, Don.
Don. 120 yards to the right.
Yeah, longest bar in Nashville,
That's
and I
right,
find
yeah.
Don in it through the sea of drunks. But I'm thinking, I'm surrounded by drunk assholes. If I don't pick it up, someone else will.
Yeah.
and then Don's humped.
Yeah.
So I was like, so now I'm the keeper of
Because the key
Don.
is you want to get, like, if I ever lost a wallet, I just want it back so I don't have to, like, get a new ID and new credit cards and stuff. Like, I'm not worried about the money or anything.
Yeah,
It's
especially
like-
because Don
yeah.
doesn't live in Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
For a fact, saw his ID.
Yeah.
Open it up. Like, shit. Don. Gotta find Don.
Yeah, might not be able to fly home without that thing.
So I think to myself, he's got to be in the bathroom. So that's where he is. I'm just hammered thinking,
Yeah.
he's in the bathroom.
Did you go tapping on stalls to see if you
Dude.
could find a friend?
Literally. I walk up in the bathroom.
Hey, I'm looking for Don. Don, tap your foot.
I tap your. So so I walk in this crowded ass bathroom, and I'm like, "Hey, any of you guys named Don?" The reaction I got was,
That is weird.
Oh no! Someone peed in my pants!
"That's basically." But I'm like, "Anybody here named Don?" And everyone turns like, "Vroom," like looks at me, and I'm like, "Nah, no Don."
You didn't think that was weird until you said that, huh?
Never occurred to me that what I was doing was going to be awkward to most until that moment where I screamed out, "Is anybody here Don?" And then they all just record scratched and turned, and they're staring at me, and I'm like, "So no Don?"
Again, anyone here, Don? Just double back.
All someone had to say was yes. They were either going to get a hand job or $50. You know what I mean? Like
A
good.
hand job and $50?
We matched here on Grindr, but nah, he didn't. So nobody was like, "I'm Don." So I was like, "Crap."
Why didn't you just take it to the bar?
Well, so yeah, that was my. But before that, you'd rather just find the guy.
Having cash in it? I'm asking for a friend.
Did packed with cash.
Really?
Packed with cash.
And how much did you end up with?
$72. No, I'm just kidding. I figure no one should have this much cash. No, so I'm like, damn it. So I go up to the bar, flag down the bartender, and I'm like, "Hey, I found Don's wallet." She's like, "What?" I'm like, I found this wallet over there on the ground.
Yeah.
It's like, I assume this guy's going to be coming back, and if he's smart, he'll go to the bar, ask around, So I hand the wallet back, go back out partying. Night's progressing. All of a sudden, Don is talking to another table. I guess
You recognize him.
Hell no.
Oh.
Hell no.
Okay.
But there's this guy who's like looking under tables, like looking around. People are like, "What are you doing, bro?" And he's like, "Man, I lost my wallet." And the Duke's wife overheard him say, "I lost my wallet."
Yeah.
And she's like,
Swoops
"That
in.
guy over there said he lost his wallet." And I turned around and I'm like looking at him and I'm like, could be Don.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Don." And he's like, "Vroom."
Oh,
I'm
so he looked.
Yeah, I'm like, "You lost your wallet?" He's like, "Yeah, man, lost my wallet." And we're all at the table like, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah, we found Don. So I'm like, "Don, it's your lucky day, buddy. was like, I know where your wallet is. Follow me. Walked him back in, got the wallet. Dude, I never seen a guy so excited. He's like, I'm catching a flight tomorrow morning. He's like, all my boys and I left this bar. We went out, and I couldn't get in the next bar. So I'm retracing steps, trying to figure out where the hell this wallet is. We get the wallet back, handed to him, and he's like, man, thank you so much. And he opens up the wallet, does the spot check.
Yeah.
Like, did this motherfucker rob me?
Yeah.
All his cash is there. I have never been hugged so hard by a man. Like, this dude just grabbed me.
Yeah.
He was like, you are the best. And he just pulls out $20. He's like, next round's on me. And I was like, absolutely not, dude. I was like seeing how excited you are.
Yeah.
And for me to have actually not screwed up this mission.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so high right now from this. Like, I'm so happy.
That's a difficult predicament to be in, because I would do the same thing. I'd be like, of course, keep your money, dude. But also at the same time, like, he's trying to be grateful. And
I understand. But I did tell him, I go, man, seeing how happy you are and knowing how happy I am right now that this just happened, I was like, more than payment enough. I was like, enjoy your night. Hour later, standing outside, trying to get into a bar. My wife's like, I lost my ID.
oh no.
And I turned to her cool as a cucumber because I'm thinking, I got so much karma.
Yeah, karma.
I got so much karma right
Yeah.
now. And it's funny because the Duke had just been, we were trying to go back into nudies after we'd hit 2 more bars. Now when he's walking into nudies, they're like, no white T-shirts. And he's like, I literally was just upstairs.
Yeah.
Like an hour and a half ago. They're like, read the sign. And he's like, boy,
Was
it
he
really
wearing
says
a
it.
plain white T-shirt?
Yeah, like a V-neck white T-shirt. He was just like, screw it. It's Nashville.
Well, he's a openly gang guy.
Well,
I
you
mean,
know what?
everybody knows that about
he's
him.
tatted up,
Yeah,
shaved
full
head,
sleeve,
white
yeah.
T-shirt. So like, he's like, they're like, we're not letting you in. And in a town of 100 bars, our logic was, there's a gift shop across the street. Let's just go buy a T-shirt.
Yeah.
So he finds this Willie Nelson T-shirt he desperately wants, but they only have it in small.
Yes. Tell me about the small.
No, so he ended up, they also had a tank top that would fit his wife. So he was going to buy a woman's tank top, put it over his T-shirt, and we were going to go back in. It was right about that time my wife's like, I lost my ID. And so like I walked back up to him. I was like, put the stupid women's tank top back.
We're on a mission.
We got a mission.
Yeah.
So we all leave dejected. We start heading back towards the last bar we were in when she just finds it in her bra.
Oh, karma.
But it saved us from buying a woman's. What if he probably wouldn't have gotten in wearing
Probably
a tank
not.
top
No,
over
no,
a white
no,
T-shirt?
definitely not.
So, what can you do? What can you do?
Well, good for Don. Hopefully he's a listener.
I should have told him,
Here's how you
let me
pay
see your
back.
phone.
Yeah.
Subscribed him. Damn it.
Again,
dude.
hindsight 2020.
I wasn't thinking clearly.
Obviously.
I was just so happy Don had his wallet.
Yeah. That is a good feeling. When I was working downtown at VCU, I used to find IDs and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Wandering around. And a lot of them were students, and I'd email them, and I'd say, hey, I work for the department, they're like, they'd, of course, be like, that's weird, like kind of shady.
All of a sudden, like, what?
And I was like, I'll meet you out on the street, like during daylight hours, and people were so grateful when you find that stuff. I mean,
heck yeah, man. Because I'm always like I've done the trick where you drop it in the mailbox.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, apparently, if you drop it in the mail, they'll just mail it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you got to hope that they have their current address.
Yeah, and I don't trust the mail industry like that.
Yeah, I understand, but I once had an Uber driver, found a wallet in the back of the Uber driver, and I was like, oh, man, and I was like, damn, man, someone left their wallet in here. And he was like, oh, man, let me see that. And he looked, and he was like, dude, I just dropped that dude off
Before I picked you up,
at that address. He's like, so I know they're there. I was like, well,
and then he
that's...
stole that wallet.
I actually let him take that one home. He was like, look, man, I'm going right back by there. He's like, I'll take it by. I was like, you're a hero now. Enjoy. I hope he did it.
Hopefully.
I'd like to think he did.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's time for a deli.
Is it deli time?
And then we need to find out where you got this deli.
Well, it's a perfect segue because I have a story for it.
I knew you did because I went out and bought a deli forgetting that you had already gone out and bought a deli, and you commuted quite a ways to get this deli. So I mentioned, whoa, what the hell? The Sea Heathen Oceanside Pilsner. What the heck? There is a dude in an old school, like, breathing apparatus, like the metal the metal helmet that people would screw on, like crunk. And it's just a dead skull inside of that old school helmet. That is pretty cool, man. It's from the Burley Oak Brewing Company out of Berlin, Maryland. Boy, this one's going to be tough for people to find.
Sorry that took so long. I just dropped everything out of the fridge.
Nah, you're all good. It's not stew.
Yeah,
I can do this.
You were filling.
Yeah, I can do this.
So yeah, I went with a buddy. My buddy Jeff went up to visit my buddy Kaz, who used to live in Delaware, and now he's living in this right outside this little town called Berlin, Maryland. Which
Been on the show a couple times.
yeah,
Kaz.
so Berlin is like, as the crow flies, I don't know, 15 miles from Ocean City, but it's inland. And I've never been up there, and it is the cool. He lives literally. So hard to explain. This little town is just tiny little walkable historic town, and he lives like less than a mile from it in like a suburb.
From the downtown
Yeah,
part.
from the downtown part.
Okay. Berlin, Maryland.
Berlin, Maryland. So you could walk there from his place. So we went up there, and we went and drove to this Burley Oak Brewery, which was a little way. It wasn't in the downtown proper, but it wasn't far away. We tried a bunch of beers. They had a beer that was it was an IPA with marshmallow. They call it the Fluffy Puppy.
Was that worth a damn?
It was pretty weird tasting. I liked it because I like marshmallow and it cut the hops. But so we met this guy, Brian. He owns Burley.
You know what I love about the sign of the tagline on this? The light beer for heavy drinkers.
That's right. Yeah. So this guy Brian owns this Burley Oak plantation. Well, come to find out, in downtown Berlin, he owns like Burley Cafe. He owns the Globe, which is like a live music venue.
He's a bigwig in Berlin.
Yes, and he's like our age, big full beard, just like a beach guy. Like, hey man, just cool as hell. Owned a bar in the back of the Globe called Tiki Tim's. He owned an Airbnb up there you can rent. He owned this really cool clothing store called the Viking Tree. He had his hands in everything.
This dude is the baddest dude in Berlin.
Like, we saw him Friday night and hung out with him.
He's like the Under Armour guy in Baltimore. That dude's got his hand in so many different things. He's got his own distillery. He's got his own hotel. He's got Under Armour. And then so many other little things that he's involved in.
Yeah. We hung out with him Friday. He went behind the bar and made us a drink. Then Saturday morning, Jeff and I got up and walked around, and we saw him watering a garden, and that was the Airbnb. And then later we were walking up and down Main Street, and he came cruising by on his beach cruiser like, hey, guys, I'll see you later. Like, he was just cool as shit. Yeah.
He makes a weird beer, dude.
Yeah, so they make a bunch of different beers. This was the one that
you handpicked this.
All three of us like this.
You tried a bunch.
Yeah, we tried a bunch. This was like it's a light beer. It's 4.2%. It's called the Sea Heathen. It's an Oceanside Pilsner.
Pilsners historically, not a lot to them. I mean, they're a Pilsner. It's a basic bitch beer.
Well, if you read it says it's got lime leaf in it, and it's got like a salt in it too.
That's funny because I was saying in my mind, right? It's got Pilsner for sure, got a hint of salt, but it's got like a light tartness, like a limey tartness.
Yeah.
But not overpowering. And then I don't know how else to describe it than a hint of cinnamon.
Okay.
Where that salt is,
mm-hmm.
It's a little drier.
Yeah.
It's almost like a cinnamon salt. Is how I don't know how else to describe it. Hint of lime. It's not as effervescent as like your typical Pilsner, because the typical Pilsner probably pours like golden and bubbly. And I bet you this is like slightly hazy.
Probably. So full disclosure, we drank a bunch of these Friday night, and
I'm gonna have to go before you.
Yeah,
because you've had this.
But anyway, the point is, this little town, Berlin, check it out on the interwebs. I want to take the wife back because they have little inns and places down there.
Is it near water by chance?
It's like 15, 20 minutes from Ocean City.
Maryland.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not far.
Interesting. North?
north. No, it's basically west of Ocean City.
Oh, so straight out west, Salisbury area.
Yeah, it's like inland.
Got you. Interesting.
Yeah, it was about
Because the way you describe it, it has like a Rehoboth vibe.
everything there in that town. Like all the little shops were beach. They sold beach trinkets and stuff, not lake stuff. I was looking for lake stuff to buy for the wife, and everything was, life's better at the beach and all sand, surf.
I hate this beer. I hate this beer for so many reasons. It's just so good. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I hate this beer because I'm never going to be able to get it again.
Yeah, it is. It's which by the way, Maryland's one of those states that you can't buy beer just anywhere. You have to go to like the beer and liquor
Package store, yeah.
So we went up there Friday night.
Well, you can on off from the brewery, right?
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
Okay.
I bought this at the brewery, but dude, they had, and I bought some. They had Buffalo Trace, they had Eagle Rare, they had Angel Envy, they had all the stuff you can't find here. They had in their package store, and they were like, "Yeah, we have this all the time. What are you talking
So
about?"
you know how good we thought Four Roses was the other
Yeah.
night? So I'm sitting with the Duke late night at the rooftop bar, and he's like, all right, it's your turn to buy a round. And so I'm like, Angel's Envy on the rocks.
Yeah,
And a club soda with lime. That's my new thing. Just a
to
club.
chase it with.
Yeah, just to have on the side
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of sip on. So you still have a drink.
Yeah.
That's the move. I had no idea.
Nice.
So it's what recovering alcoholics do.
Gotcha.
And it's also what current alcoholics do with a glass of bourbon. And so we had the Angel's Envy. Then we had the Four Roses. And then we had Blanton's. Four Roses doesn't even
Come close.
come into the equation.
Oh wow.
And it's just heartbreaking because that's how good those really are.
Yeah.
They're phenomenal.
Yeah, I bought a bottle of Buffalo Trace for myself, and my buddy Sean wanted a bottle of the Eagle Rare. So I bought
love
a bottle
Eagle
of that.
Rare.
Yeah.
Eagle Rare maybe.
Both bottles were $55 too.
Yeah, so
Which
they
isn't
would
bad.
fit right in our. If we could get
Yeah.
them at the Virginia ABC store, like regularly, they would fall right in this contest, and it would just be a contest between Angel's Envy, Eagle Rare.
I was just trying not to
Blanton's.
get divorced up in that bitch. I was like, I could buy all of this. Like, I could literally buy
I wish a
everything.
motherfucker would.
Actually, you know what? Now that I think about this, I did not buy this from the brewery. You could, but I bought it at the package store when I went back to get the Eagle Rare.
So, again, I hate this beer. I hate it.
It's awful.
It is truly bad because I cannot get it. I am furious that you've brought this to me. For a Pilsner, this is, okay, you take all the things of Blue Moon that you like,
Yeah.
you strip away all the things of Blue Moon that make it lame. And this is what you're left with. A slight limey flavor, ever so slight,
Yeah.
hint of salt, again, something I would call cinnamon, just by the way it dries out my mouth a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not overly effervescent, like your typical Pilsner, but still great Pilsner qualities. Everything in this is balanced in a way that I could drink these all day.
Yeah.
That's a 4.
And we crushed them all Friday night. And I guess if you were to knock it, it's good and bad. It's a 4.2. Maybe you want a little higher octane in a microbrew. But
No, it's that
I like that it's smooth and it's drinkable. I like that.
it's that hint of margarita.
Yep.
Like it's got like a weird margarita thing
Yeah.
going on without being it. That's a 4.
Yeah.
Like, this is a beer I would drink all day long. That is the Sea Heathen Oceanside Pilsner by Burley Oak.
Yep.
If you are in Burley, Maryland, at least in Berlin, Maryland,
Berlin, Maryland.
as far as my vote, I don't know where you stand on it, but I got a feeling you like it because you
I'll-
brought it.
yeah.
So I'm giving it a 4.
Yeah, I brought this knowing I loved it, and I was hoping Stu and or someone else would be here because the more opinions, the better. But
We should keep one in there for
yeah.
the next time someone's here and be like, drink this beer and just tell me what you think after.
yeah, I mean, I got to give this a 4. Oh, maybe not a 4.5. I can't. 4.5 sounds just. I mean, there's no 5s, right? We've agreed with.
I triple dog dare you!
Did we determine there's no 5s?
Guinness is my 5.
Guinness is a 5. I always thought like Guinness is a 4.5. I don't know. I feel like perfection isn't
No, and
achievable.
I agree. It would take a lot. It took a lot for me to give that a 4, but
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
This is easily a 4, maybe 4.5. This is a delicious beer.
You cannot go 4.5. That would make it a 4.25. It'd make it the best beer we've ever had.
Is it? Would that be the best beer?
Probably.
Yeah, we've never done Guinness, right?
We'd do Guinness, and I'd be like, that could be creamier, 3.5.
Well, it's a deli no matter what.
Yeah, but the abacus is going to need to know your number.
I'll go 4. I'm okay with 4. A 4 is a stellar number.
Stellar number. It's a solid 4.
Yeah,
I
solid
mean,
4.
This puts it in the upper echelon of beer. I'm shocked. You know, in my heart
you would
of
definitely
hearts,
shit on this.
I wanted to shit on it.
Yeah.
In my heart of hearts, I really wanted to be like, Troy, you brought me a Budweiser. I don't understand why you're so impressed.
We talked about it before.
I did, and I go,
You go, you know what happens when you fall in love with a beer and then you come
Yeah.
back
And I was
back
like-
to earth
I
and
was
go,
like, you'll taste it
Yeah.
in this situation, and it won't be the same. And I was like,
Yeah.
good luck, because you're going to be disappointed.
and you put the fear in me. I was like, man, maybe he's right. Maybe
Where's
it
the
won't be good.
fear?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It is delicious.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So check it out. So I might take the
Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
That's pretty good.
I might actually take the wife up there and do like a Airbnb or get a little room at the inn or something. Just to, it's such a cool walkable small town. It was
I
so
dig
cool,
that.
man.
I dig
it was
that.
so cool. All kinds of cool shops like bookstores and coffee shops and clothing stores. I mean, it was so cool.
So it's not a party town. It's laid back life.
It's kind of like a small beach town, but
It
not on the beach.
sounds like a beach
Yeah.
town.
I mean, but there's tons of restaurants and cafes and
Is the
eateries
food
and-
worth a shit?
Yeah. We went.
Yeah.
I had a great cheesesteak while I was there.
Man, I had a good cheesesteak and a shithole. I was shocked.
I mean,
but you can screw
cheesesteak
up a
should be-
cheesesteak.
yeah, but you shouldn't. Like,
No, it's like pizza. Like
Yeah.
even if you're at 7-Eleven, you're like, well, still
yeah,
pizza.
yeah,
It's a 2.5. You know what I mean? Like it always kind of finds its way.
yeah. Pizza's never awful. You're not spit taking.
I did find a place in Nashville. This place. It was called Jane's. Funny. So there's
Hold on, James,
and Jane.
Jane,
Female.
Okay.
So there's this area, right? So you've got Broadway, which is the craziness.
Main Street.
There's an area that used to be Broadway called Printers Alley,
Uh-huh.
and it's off of Broadway a few blocks, and it's just got its own vibe. It's a little more stabby, a little more kind of grimy.
You like those places?
I do. But
you feel at home in the stabby place of the
I
town.
just kind of like that little bit of, I don't know. I like a little grime.
Look, I'm with you. Like, I like going to places and towns, and I don't like the stabby part. But like, when
But
it's,
you know what I'm
when
saying.
it's mainstream, I'm kind of turned off a little bit.
Like when you see Jimmy Buffett's bar, you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
damn. But when you see like Jimmy's,
yeah,
do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
It's like it's a little different.
It's like I love listening to Buffett while I'm sitting on the water of a lake or a river or an ocean with my friends drinking. But when I see the whole Margaritaville thing,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
not great.
Man, that's kind of gross.
you know you're screwed. If there's a Rainforest Cafe, you're like, ah. But if you see Boa's Snake Pit, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
What's this about?
Yeah,
And so in Printers Alley, they've got a place called Skulls that
sounds
does
awesome.
Yeah, Skulls Rainbow Room.
Nice.
They do jazz, and then at like 11 o'clock at night, it turns into burlesque, where they're
Ooh.
playing the piano and the girls are doing their thing. It's not a strip club. I'm not. It's
Classy.
true burlesque.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Well, that's the kind of crap you find in Printers Alley.
Yeah.
But then you also find like dive bars, like craziness. So
I mean, you and I have talked about this. Like, we have the place up the road we go to once or twice a year, the Shamrock, which is the worst little dive bar ever in the world. But like, that's our home. Like
but
we're
it's-
comfortable.
It
there.
is.
Yeah.
And I don't go there often.
No.
But I'm like, no, that's my
But when I
That's
go
my
there,
shit.
I don't have a problem going in there.
no. But a lot of people you would take in there,
Yeah,
they'd
oh,
be
yeah.
like, I'm not going in there,
Yeah,
or I don't
yeah.
feel comfortable here.
Exactly.
And I'm like, well, then you should leave because I still have to have a shot and a beer. Yeah. Well, that's Printer's Alley in a nutshell.
Nice.
It was the old Broadway, then Broadway happened. So it was there long ago.
Sucks for them.
And then when Broadway happened, it kind of became a little more grimy.
Yeah.
Like it just never came up, you know? So we roll down there and we're walking down Printer's Alley. And this dude kind of looks like he wants to like sell you drugs, right? Like
Yeah.
he's just kind of like
Looks real cool.
dirty tank top, dirty, like everything's just kind of grimy, right? And he's like, "Hey man, check out our rooftop." And I'm like,
Wait, what?
and I just look at him and I go, "Sold." And I just walk in the door
Start
because
beelining?
I'm like, I told
Oh, he's
the-
standing out front of an establishment.
yeah, but he's just
Okay.
standing there, you know what I mean? So I'm like, what's he gonna do? I've already passed a couple homeless people.
Yeah.
I passed a couple other like shady look, and this dude's like, "Hey man, check out our rooftop," and I'm like, "Sold." And I just turn and walk in. The crew just follows me in, because I'm like, because we were looking for rooftops, and I told him, I said we should go to Printer's Alley. You don't want to go to Broadway on Saturday, because we had just been there on Friday. They got to see when they block it down. Just throngs of humanity. I mean, it's just over the top.
Yeah.
And you're more likely to get actually like in a fight probably
Yeah,
on
for
Broadway
sure, for
than
sure.
you are in Printer's Alley, because
Yeah.
people there, they don't really want to deal with you any
No.
more than you want to deal with them. They're there
And
to
it's
get
not the
drunk.
touristy people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're a little more local, right?
Yeah.
So then he's like, "Check out a rooftop." I'm like, "Hell yeah." I was like, "How do I get there?" He's like, "Go in here, go down the stairs." First red flag, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, "Rooftop." He goes, "You down the stairs, turn right, and then get in the elevator." And I'm like, "Whew, okay, these
Yeah, yeah.
instructions
All right.
make sense."
We're behind the 8 ball with the going down the
Yeah.
stairs part.
Got in the stairs, went on up. Pop up on this rooftop, boom. There's like the girl that never would have made it in Nashville on Broadway.
Nice.
She's like 300 pounds and the best, but she sings better
she's
than
got the voice.
and- yes.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
Adele was there?
basically, like, but that's why I like Printer's Alley, right? Like she's the
Yeah.
most talented girl, and
But
they
she'll
won't
never
even
make it,
they won't
yeah.
even put her over there because she doesn't have the look, right? Air quotes, the look. But I'm like, she's got the voice, assholes.
Yeah.
And I'm going up here on this rooftop and hanging at Jane's. So we partied up there, and I mean, the crews of people that were coming through there that were getting drunk were drunk.
Nice.
Like different levels of drunk. And we're making
But
friends.
they
with-
were cordial. They were
Hell
friendly.
yeah, they
hell
were having
yeah.
a blast. They were
Yeah.
having a blast. And this place looks out right over the Nissan Stadium. I was like, wow, this is crazy. I didn't expect all this. So we party it up there until like we can't party anymore. And we're like, we need to go find food. So I'm like, all right, well, I know there's good food actually just off of Printer's Alley.
Yeah. The food court.
No, now we're out in the wild, the real wild. And so like we walk around and we're looking at a couple places, and then we find a place called Jane's Hideaway.
Ooh, same Jane?
We assume we go, well,
Yeah.
and inside there is a bluegrass band
Ooh, I love bluegrass bands.
putting it down.
Putting on a show, huh?
Putting it down.
Nice.
And it's like giant ceilings and big fans and like tons of room, no crowds, like people just eating dinner. And I was like, we should eat here. Everyone's like, yeah, this is the spot.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah. So we go in, we eat dinner there, and they're like, sorry, we only have one table and it's right in front of the band. Like that was a negative because people were trying to eat. I
Yeah,
was like,
too loud.
I was like, Jack and Pot.
Yeah.
This band, phenomenal. The Duke would remember the name. I cannot, for the life of me, remember the name of the band. They were every bit as good.
What do they have? A banjo player?
Mandolin
Mandolin, too?
instead of the banjo. The
Well, a lot
mandolin.
of them have mandolin and banjo. Did they have an upright bass?
Damn right.
Yeah. It's good.
Upright bass, mandolin, regular guitar,
Yep.
steel guitar.
Ooh.
So now we're doing that country bluegrass,
Yeah.
that country and western.
They have a lap guitar?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
Yeah, so this dude would slip in
So like
between.
a dobro type.
He
Nice.
literally had a dobro, and then he also had like a traditional like stand-up steel guitar that he
Yeah.
would come over and play, and he would move between them.
Nice.
And then this one kid who could play guitar and just could wail.
Good singer.
Yeah, but the mandolin player, like a
Tearing it up.
5-foot redhead, just on fire. Like this
Nice.
dude was the man. And there was this one black girl in there smoking hot. Like she's so beautiful. Cowboy hat on, like doing her thing, and she's just sitting over there, and Matt gets caught looking.
Oh no.
Sorry, the Duke.
The Duke.
The Duke gets caught looking, and his wife's like, "Oh, you like that? You like that?"
No. Oh no.
And I'm like,
Did you shoulder roll?
I said,
Did you shoulder roll out the side door?
So this girl comes, she gets up at one point, and she's walking out, and she drops the old "call me," like puts
No.
to the 5 foot
Oh,
redhead.
I thought you were saying to the
mandolin
Duke.
player. No, she goes, "Call me," and she's like pointing at him, and he's like, "I got you." Never break stride. He's like, "I got you. I'll call you."
She's
And I
watching
was-
that finger work just go to
Yes,
town, and she's
I'm like, "Duke, you're out." And then his wife's laughing hysterically. She's like, "You can't have him." She's into that little guy. And I was like, "Of course she is. That dude wails."
Duke's wife's like, "Aha, you're a loser." Oh wait, I'm going home. With you.
I'm going home with you. But she was
But the
just
Duke
like,
doesn't look anything like this dude, obviously.
not even
Yeah.
close. And this girl was all into him. And she was like, I mean, she was a smoke show.
Nice.
She was a smoke show with her hat on. And there's something about a girl in a cowboy.
You don't find a lot of smoke shows out
No,
there.
you
Yeah.
do not. And there's something about a cowboy hat. You know?
Cowboy boots, cowboy hat, tight
Yeah.
jeans. I mean, come on.
Yep.
I mean, maybe I'm biased. I grew up in that world, so it's kind of like seared into my head.
Yeah.
You know, like, but I do find that's kind of a universal good look on the right person, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So then dinner ends, and we're like, well, we're going to go find another place. And the waitress is like, "You should try our rooftop."
You're like, wait,
We're
what?
like, "You've got a rooftop here?" She's like, "Yeah, we got a rooftop." We were like, "Okay, we'll do it." And so the women leave.
Everywhere in Nashville have a rooftop?
They're all starting to.
Yeah.
So the women leave and go to the rooftop, and the Duke and I are like, "We are not leaving this band, right?"
Yeah.
So we catch like another 3 songs. We're like, "These guys are amazing." We're just dropping 5s in the bucket. Like, you guys are to die for. And the girls are calling us, and they're like, "You have got to see this rooftop. It's the best one yet." And I'm like, "What?" So we're like, "All right, girl." The girls are hollering at us. We got to go. So we go. Walk all the way back down this hall. We get in the elevator, go on up, pop out. It's the same fucking rooftop we had left from. And we had walked all the way down out the alley, around another block, started walking down another block, bouncing between places, chose this little bluegrass joint,
Yeah.
and ended up going right back upstairs to the exact
Did the girls
same.
know?
Yeah, that's why
Oh,
they
they
were
were punking
dying.
you?
And
That's
so when
awesome.
we come out, they're in the table right next to the table we'd been in all day,
Nice.
and they're like, "Ah!" And I was like, "That's hilarious!" Like, it's literally the same place. And then the guy that I said looked like he should be like doing selling drugs,
Yeah,
we were
yeah,
leaving,
yeah.
who got us to come in the first time. This girl comes running back as we're leaving. She goes in the back, comes walking out, like the dude who's waiting outside walks inside, meets her in the back. She comes out. She's putting a little something in her purse, like a little baggie in her purse, and runs away. And I was like,
Nice.
he is selling drugs.
Yes.
Like, this
Nailed
dude's
it.
doing it all. I was like, Printer's Alley has it all.
They're like, while you're selling drugs out front of our place, can you just promote our rooftop bar while you're here?
yeah, like either you have to get off of the stoop,
Yeah.
or
Peddle your wares and tell everybody about our dope bar.
and he was doing a great job.
That's
at
awesome.
both.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even complain.
Good on him.
The guy was crushing it.
Yeah. Got like that.
We had a good time.
Sounds like a fun time, dude.
Yeah, that
I
came
gotta
of
get out
nowhere.
there.
I wasn't even thinking about that story. Just a lot of those.
A lot of stories.
A lot of stories, a lot of hangover. A lot of hangover.
Did y'all sleep in late every day?
Relatively. It's Central Time. I'm built for Central Time from Chicago.
Uh-huh. You never adapted?
Never switched my clock. But so I'm always up an hour later and sleep in an hour later.
Yeah, you do.
Central Time.
Yeah.
Perfect. But yeah, like that was perfect. Like you get up at 9 there, feel like a hero. It's 10.
Yeah.
You get up at 10, you feel like, boy, howdy, I really slept in.
Yeah.
It's
I wasted
11.
the whole morning. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like it's 11 our time. Central Time is perfect. Never reset that clock. Just let it be. Just let it be. It's a good time. But yeah, you would be in heaven.
Yeah, sounds
in
like
Nashville.
it. I think I would. So you saw a lot of good bands then.
We did. I would say probably the best band we saw was that bluegrass band. followed immediately by the food court band, which should never happen.
I mean, how many bands did you see? Probably like 20, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's music everywhere.
Everywhere you go has a live band.
Yeah,
Like, they don't have DJs. They don't.
There's music everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's funny because all the people that are in Nashville, they all come from the Midwest. Like, they
Yeah.
come down from, like I was talking, my wife met this.
Oh, you got it right down.
I did. I did. My wife had met all these girls at one point, and so like she meets these girls and then she just disappears and she's like a whirling dervish out dance floor at the late night bar at our hotel. And I'm talking to this girl and she's like this petite, like adorable thing, and I'm like talking to her about it. She's like, oh yeah,
Minnesota.
Yeah, she was literally from Minnesota, and she said that. That's how I picked up on it. I was like, "Where are
Yeah.
you from?" And she was like, "Minnesota." And I go, "Oh man, you got that?" Oh, she was like, "Oh, I know." And then she's like, "I was like, what do you do for fun?" She's like, "I'm a big ice fisher." And I'm looking at this petite woman
Yep.
like, you are more of a badass than I am.
Well, that's because you got shit else to do in Minnesota. It's
Yeah,
a land
she's-
of 1,000 lakes and it freezes over. So
Yeah,
sit at home or go sit in a fucking shed and ice fish.
yeah. She
like,
and her husband have a shed
Yeah.
on the ice, and they
Yep.
set it up, and
Yep.
they'll leave it there all winter.
Yep.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, we got heat." And I was like,
Which
well,
is just a place to go drink.
yeah. I was like, "So what do
Yeah.
you do?" She's like, "Oh, I mean, he puts the hole in the
Yeah,
ground."
carves a hole.
And then, we put that up there. And then she's like, I just watch TV and he fishes and we'd get drunk. And I was like,
Sounds awesome.
it's like, you're a hero.
Yeah.
Like, you're amazing.
Where do I sign up?
Yeah. And I was telling my wife, she's like, yeah, absolutely not. And I was like, they have heat. It's that
Yeah,
cold.
It's heated, yeah.
There's heat in there. She's like, yeah, I don't give a shit.
The ground is still ice.
Yeah. And you know what? She's not wrong. There is still ice in that.
Yeah,
ground.
you're just cutting the chill. You're not like warm.
No.
So did you see? I just thought about this. When never been to like the bachelorette party mecca, but I feel like if there's that many women drinking that much in that many large groups, there has to be some drama, right? Like somebody gets overserved, somebody wants to go home with somebody. Like I feel like there has to be some drama.
It's shocking how little. Well, all right. So there's drama, and then there's female drama. So like there's male drama, there's female drama, and then there's the combination of the two,
Yeah,
where like it's a guy fighting over a girl.
yeah.
I don't see a lot of female on female drama there.
Okay.
I will occasionally see male on male drama, and I don't see a whole lot of female male drama.
Weird.
Yeah, it's
I assume you get a dozen girls together on a bachelorette party, and somebody's going to be a shit show. You know,
you would assume correctly. I just
Yeah.
haven't seen it.
interesting.
I just haven't seen, and maybe it's because the throngs of people are so large that you don't even pick up on it.
Yeah,
Like there's just so much happening around
so
you.
many people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like you don't even notice like the homeless people because
seems
just
dumb for guys to fight over a chick too. When it's like sounds like it's like 5-1. Like,
it's insane. Yeah, you don't see guys fighting over girls.
yeah,
You do not. There was one point where you might have seen me getting a little upset. There was like a dance part. There was like we were upstairs on Saturday night. That rooftop bar turned into the club,
oh wow,
and like my wife was dancing, and there was one guy that was dancing around.
oh like trying to
but
move in.
he tried to get like she was dancing and he moved in, and then she like backed away dancing, and he grabbed her arm and pulled her, and like I saw that, and
Yeah.
like that was like my spidey sense went off. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, you just touch her?
Yeah,
Like so I stood up, and now I'm just standing there like,
where's this going?
here it
Yeah,
comes.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
let's get some drama, but nothing ever materialized. Like she backed up again. Like you can't
Yeah.
just pull me.
She's wearing a ring.
Well, no one was looking at the ring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it didn't materialize. But I mean, that is the closest I saw to drama. And that wasn't even like the
Yeah.
dude just got handsy for a second, grabbed her, and she was like,
You're grabbing on the wrong person.
yeah, but I was kind of like excited. I've been drinking all day. I was like, this is going great.
This
Is going
I
great.
get to kill this guy.
that's not what you want.
No, it's absolutely
That is
not.
not what you
But
want.
there's a moment in time where you've been drinking for 12 hours and you're like, sweet. I get to be a man.
See, I'm like if that were to happen to me, I'd be like, God damn it, I don't want to have to do this, but I'm going to do this. Like I'm never looking forward to it, but I will do it.
I got a weird little part of me that's like excited that I get to be mad. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that is weird.
It's a little bit of Sealy,
Yeah.
you know, like it's not. Well, fortunately, nothing came of it, you know. So
That's good.
yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah.
You know, that was very good. So yeah, didn't materialize. Thank God,
There you go.
because nobody wants that crap.
No, you don't want to get arrested there and mess your whole flight up and all that jazz.
I would have messed his flight up.
Yeah, you would have.
I would have dropped it on him.
Whammy!
Whammy.
Oh,
Nailed
there's the one I was looking
Kick his
for.
ass, Seabass!
Whole sea bass.
I love having the soundboard back.
It's good to be back.
It is good to be back.
Did you drop all the new ones yet?
I dropped the one. I've dropped one of the new ones.
Okay.
Yeah. Or no, I've dropped two of them. I got the
Objection! Hearsay!
Yeah.
and then I got the.
Oh no! Someone peed in my pants!
I hate when that happens.
That one's gonna come in handy. Oh,
For
no,
sure,
Someone
for
peed in my
sure.
pants. But the other one, it's really reserved for Stu.
Let's wait then.
Yeah, exactly.
If he ever comes back.
Maybe we lost him.
Well, I mean, he backed out on us tonight because he's watching another podcast be done in his bar.
Dude, when I saw that setup, he sent me that picture. That podcast,
Oh, it's insane.
dude, they had speakers like for a club.
Dude, did you see their mic stand set up?
Gorgeous.
Yeah, like that's professional grade.
Like that was some legit stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a jealous guy, but I'm capable of envy, which is a
Yeah.
bigger sin. And I was like, wow. Like they've got the ultimate mic stands. They had the laptop set up.
Yeah.
They had a better soundboard.
Soundboard,
And
yeah.
I've got a good soundboard.
Yeah.
But he had a better
We've got a bunch of soundboards.
We have three of them.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a long, long time.
3 soundboards, 2 portable soundboards. But one of the soundboards is with my dad, and one of the portables is at Teach Me Babe. But
Well-
we have enough equipment that we're like,
Yeah. We have
other
offshoots,
people
yeah.
are other people are using our equipment.
Well, these guys are big and been around a while, I guess.
Dude, they're huge. They're huge. They have 10 episodes.
10?
10.
Wow.
I mean, that's some legit stuff.
I remember when we had 10.
And 3 of them were under 20 minutes.
Whoa.
Like,
They're
I
just
looked 'em
handing
up.
out. Imagine setting all that gear up for a 20-minute episode.
Like, what was going on? And Stu said that they were playing it over the loudspeakers into the whole place. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, he was like, we should do that. And I'm thinking, no one wants to hear
Absolute-
this.
No one wants to hear this while they're
No.
trying to drink a beer.
No.
They want to hear Country Roads.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
living on a prayer.
Yeah, they want to hear Tom Petty. They don't want to hear us.
No, not
We've
at
done
all.
a lot of live.
And never once played it over the speakers.
No. And we get some traction because people come over and talk to us, and that's fine. But I can't imagine doing all of this and eating up the entire atmosphere of a bar. I just don't feel like that's what I wouldn't. If I was at a bar, I wouldn't want to hear a live podcast.
I don't even want to be here. At this
You
bar.
live here.
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Makes it hard, doesn't it?
It does. It does. But honestly, why would anyone want to listen to a
No.
bunch of dudes pontificate on nonsense?
Maybe they did a 18-minute episode and they wrapped it up already.
Maybe so. And maybe
Yeah.
they did crowd interaction. That'll be a great pod. Dude, the worst.
I mean, unless you call somebody up and give them a mic. I mean, what's the point?
It's tough to do
Yeah.
those kind of things. We probably need to get out and do more of it, but I don't know. I was like, I saw their stuff. I was like, damn, they got like Joe Rogan in there. Like they had thousands and thousands of dollars worth of stuff up there. And then I looked it up and they were 10 episodes in. I was like, what are they doing?
Too much money.
They got too much money.
Yeah.
Good for them. Look, I haven't said the name of it because I don't want to besmirch
no,
them.
no.
Like I wish them luck. But I was like, damn, when I saw their stuff, I was like, that's legit.
It's a tough game.
Oh, it's a tough game. There's 2 million assholes
Yeah.
right now doing it.
Yeah, you're not the first one.
Yeah. Like podcasts are more prevalent than COVID at the moment.
Pretty much.
And we're in a major upswing of COVID and podcasts.
Awesome.
Great.
This is going great.
This is going great.
Yeah, Homer, you get it.
He
Homer
does.
probably has 4 podcasts.
Yeah, exactly right.
One about donuts, for sure.
Oh, I got to give a shout out because I didn't talk about it last episode. Weber customer service.
Oh yeah, you never finalized your grill debacle.
I never circled back. So I kept going back and forth with Weber trying to get that whole situation rectified. And finally, and I hate doing this because this sounds really, it sounds like I was being a jerk, but I didn't intend it to be a jerk. But I'd been kind of kicked around. I was on like my 5th customer service rep, and they kept being
you
like,
went back and forth a bunch of times.
yeah, they kept being like, we'll call you back, or we'll get you an answer tomorrow. And then every time I would just get an email like, your parts are in the mail. And I'm like, that's not what we talked about. So I finally get on the phone with this guy. And this is on like the weekend. It was like a Saturday or Sunday. I'm talking to them. And I was like, look, man, as soon as we started the whole thing, I go, I am not trying to be a jerk. I was like, but do you have the authority to tell me yes for what I'm asking? And he's like, I don't. And I was like, then I can't talk to you.
Yeah, I don't want to tell the story for the umpteenth time.
Yeah. I was like, unless you have the authority to tell me yes, I don't want to hear I'll call you back or a no. I was like, I would like to hear no from someone who has the authority to tell me yes.
Yes.
It's like, does that make sense to you? And he's like, dude, it makes perfect sense. And your case is legit. I was like, thank you, man. I was like, and I promise you, I'm not trying to be rude to you. I understand this is your gig, but I was like, I can't hear another maybe from someone who can't say yes.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, that's fair. He's like, I'm telling you now, we've got our weekly meeting with management tomorrow. He's like, and the only guy in my group that can tell you yes is in my group. And I was like, then I would like to explain to you my story because I want you to tell that
To that guy.
Yeah. And then he goes, cool. And then I'll call you back with an answer. I said, no. You don't call me back. The guy who can say yes calls me back.
Or no.
Yes. Because if the person can't say yes, I don't want to hear no. But if they can say yes and the answer is no, we have reached the end of this road, and that's fine.
And I will take my money elsewhere.
Maybe. Who knows? I've already got all the parts to upgrade them.
Yeah, but like,
but you know, yeah,
if
you're right.
if they don't make it right, you're gonna second guess your next Weber purchase.
I would have.
Rightfully so. I mean, the runaround they were giving you, like,
But I'm also asking for, they're like, we sent you all the parts to upgrade your 1 to a 2. And I said, and that's fair. And I said, but hear me out on this logic, okay? And then while we're doing this, I go, I'm going to send you a picture of the box it came in. I circled the number on it.
number 2.
And I go, so that's a 2. The box says so.
And you went to buy it too. Like that wasn't. You were never looking for a 1 upgrade.
Nope,
You
I
were looking
waited
for
until the
2.
2 came out.
Yeah.
I waited till the reviews on the 2 came out.
You could send them an old podcast explaining what you were doing.
I could show you this back when the 1 came out
Yeah.
and my disappointment. Then I could show you when the 2 came out and my excitement. Like,
Yeah.
I could show you this is documented.
Yep.
So I'm
Yeah.
like,
Who
look,
has that? Like we actually have that.
I have all that.
Yeah.
And my dumbass took a picture of the box because I was
Yeah.
so excited while it was still on the pallet and all wrapped up.
You're like, let me get Troy on the phone. He can explain to you how at 1 a.m. I was putting this bitch together
Yeah.
in the 30-degree temperature.
Full of pride.
Yeah.
So I sent him a picture of the box, circled the model number. I'm like, see, that's a Gen 2. It's like, now here's a picture of the inside of the grill. That serial number is a Gen 1. No argument there. And I go, and if you look at when I purchased it, I could have purchased a Gen 1 for $500 and then hit up customer service, and you would have sent me all the parts you're trying to send me.
Yeah.
But I spent $1,200.
Yeah.
It's like, so I don't see more than 2 options here. $700, and I take these parts and I put them in, and I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Or you just send me the
a
new
Gen
grill.
2, yeah.
I get a call back Monday, and it's the same guy. The guy who doesn't have the
No.
authority to tell me yes.
No.
And I'm like, hey, man. I was like, I thought. And,
I told you to pound sand.
and he's like, nah, man, because the answer is yes. And I was
Wow.
I was like, thank you,
But
man.
they didn't want to send it from the bigger guy.
Oh, why?
I mean, usually,
he had
like-
he now had the authority to
Yeah.
say yes. My only stipulation was if you don't have the authority to say
Yeah.
yes, don't tell me no. So he's like, he was happy. He's like, I get to call you.
So,
I get to tell
so
you.
they
yes.
have already sent you all the upgraded 2 parts.
Yes.
And now they're going to send you a brand new 2 fully boxed.
That's what they said.
Do you have to send back the parts and or anything else?
2 days later, there's a knock at my door, and it's 2 guys in a truck, and they're like, "Yeah, we're here to pick up a rill." And I was like, "A rill?"
A real?
I go, "You might mean a grill." And they go, that would certainly make more sense. I've been trying to figure out what we were picking
What
up.
a
this
rill
whole-
was all day long.
He's like, since we left the warehouse, I was wondering what a rill was. And I was like, look, there's a grill out back that's going back. And it's the same shipping company that shipped me the grill.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's got to be this. I was like, but I didn't know you guys were coming. I was like, I got upgrades on this thing that I've
Yeah.
installed. So I'm like frantically.
You're like pulling pieces off that
I was
you
like,
had bought.
I was like, you guys are gonna have to come out back. Like, I'm gonna have to pull this stuff off. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm gonna piss away 20 minutes of your time.
Yeah.
It's like I grab all my tools, I run out, I pull all the parts off, and fortunately, this big giant dude standing out back. He's like, man, I ain't never seen no soft top on a 4Runner.
Oh, wow.
He's like, man, my daddy had one of these when I was a little kid. And he's like, he's always regretted selling it. He's like, and now that I'm seeing it with the soft top, I'm regretting him selling it too. So, like, I'm getting to talk trucks
Yeah.
while pulling apart the grill. I was like, all right, this is cool at least.
And then he was like, pretty cool. Your wife has a Miata.
Yes. Yeah, my mom had a Miata too.
Yeah, that's right.
I feel like I'm back in my childhood home.
That's right.
But yeah, so they picked up the grill and took it. I instead of putting all the old parts back on, I just kind of threw them in the grill. I was like, they're
Yeah.
all there. I shipped it off to them.
So they did take your Gen 1 with all the Gen 2 parts.
All the Gen 2 parts are here.
So they didn't take them?
No, because I didn't upgrade any of those parts. They're all still sitting in the box because I'm waiting for them to say, hey, you got to send us those parts back. So I've never opened the boxes.
So did these guys drop off the Gen 2 grill?
No.
So now you're grillless.
I'm literally without a grill, and it's been on its way. Remember the first time it took weeks to get here?
Yeah.
I'm still dealing with that. I can see the shipping. I know it left Illinois last week
So it's en route.
somewhere out in the ether.
And you're expecting a full-on box, Gen 2 box,
Yes.
a whole nother grill you got to piece together.
And I got to rebuild the whole thing. And I would rather have that than have them send a tech
Yeah.
out here and install those parts.
Yeah.
Because I already know how to build it.
Yeah.
You get drunk at 1 a.m, you put on a headlamp.
Wait till it's 30 degrees.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you do it. It says right in the
Yeah,
instructions.
It says it. Yeah. And that's what
a
you paid for.
fact. That's right.
I mean,
I'm not mad. I mean, I'm
I'm
annoyed.
I'm still pissed.
I'm annoyed, but they did the right thing.
They did yeah, but they should make it right. Like there should be it should come fully assembled. Like you've wasted how many hours dealing with this? I mean, dozens of hours now at this point.
Definitely. But at the same time, they did kind of acquiesce to my demands.
You mean they did what you paid them to do from the get-go?
Yes.
I mean,
but
they
isn't
haven't
good customer service all about just getting it right?
Yeah, but they should go above and beyond for as far off as that was.
Ha ha. They sent me koozies.
All right, I'm back in. Just kidding. That's a shit.
Alrighty then.
That's a shit upgrade.
I had to use the stew one.
Yeah.
I got to use all the new ones, though.
That's a shit upgrade.
It is, but on a positive note, I got all of them parts. Like, if anything breaks,
So you do have extra parts.
I have all the parts that make
They
it
didn't
a
take
Gen
the
2.
extra parts. when
No,
they took
and
the
I'm
grill.
waiting for them to. That's why I haven't opened them.
Yeah,
I'm
because
like,
you're waiting for them to be like, we don't have those parts.
you didn't send us those parts back. And I'll be like, yeah, they're on their way.
Yeah.
So,
Wait for them like I'm waiting. You bags of shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they did the right thing. So I at least wanted to, because I put it out there. It was a cliffhanger 2 episodes ago.
Look,
It is resolved.
they did the right thing in air quotes, and by right thing I mean the bare minimum. Like that's the bare minimum. Like it wasn't above and beyond. Like
No, it took a little battle to get there.
I expect Weber to be better than that. Like Weber to me is like the Chick-fil-A of grills. Like
Wholeheartedly agree.
you shouldn't even had to go back and forth. There's been like if you had a problem at Chick-fil-A, you go in and you go, oh, you messed this order up, which I don't know if I've ever had to do that. They'd
Not
be
at
like,
Chick-fil-A.
they'd just be like, oh, I'm sorry. It's my pleasure to give you an extra whatever.
I did have that once. And I was like, oh, man, you guys forgot something. And they gave me enough coupons to feed my family.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, that's fair.
Yes. Your time is valuable. I mean, that's as we get older, that's the most valuable thing we have.
Yeah, and I don't know how much time I've got.
No.
Like, I really don't,
No.
you know?
No one does.
So I think you're right. I'll give you that. I know how much time we've done tonight. An hour and
Enough?
34 minutes.
Too much?
A little too much.
Yeah. We got a bunch of topics, but I don't think we need to get into them.
Well, I did one. Oh no, I did Nashville and Weber update.
Yeah, so let's not get into the other stuff. They can carry over to next week.
I can literally do an episode with what we got.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Oh,
We've
man.
done enough.
Got some good ones.
I know.
Got a hairstyle thing I want to talk about. Little teaser.
Yeah.
There's a cooler.
Oh, cooler update?
Got another cooler update. It's really good. Porn as we know it has changed.
Yes.
It's worth talking about. Sometimes silver is gold.
I like these teases.
Talk about that. And then
And maybe Stu will be back.
and then as the abacus put it, you and then the guy that your girl says is just a friend.
Wait, what?
You versus the guy that your girl says is just a friend.
My girl has just a friend?
You know how like, oh, don't worry about him, he's just a friend?
Oh, that's never good.
I know. So there's little
Oh, there's
that's
a story
tease.
to that.
That's a tease.
Oh man.
That's a little tease.
Can't wait to hear it.
So we got some topics just waiting. Oh, and let's not forget the terror pigs.
The terror pigs.
Which have carried over for six
yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
We're just gonna keep those carrying over. So
We'll get to it. Maybe.
That's how we do.
Yeah.
That's how we do. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in, week out. We certainly appreciate it. And if you get a chance, you could always rate and review.
It
That
would be
cool.
nice. Yeah, thanks for listening to Brennan and my going out of town update. We never do that. So
That was literally just.
it'll be another 6 months.
Yeah, we're not going
Yeah.
anywhere. We're not going anywhere.
We're not Stu.
Because the Venmo account's dry. Well,
Yeah.
except for the accidental donation that we got. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Your buddy sent you money for beers and ended up in the
Yeah,
inside
I
the
bought.
pub?
We were buying. We were up there buying beers and stuff, and I bought the last round. And he was like, "Oh, I'll just send you money." He was like, "I'll send you money," and I was like, "All right." And I come back from the bathroom. He's like, "Is this you?" I was like, "Yeah." And he sent the money. Jeff sent the money. I was like, "Oh wait, you said Venmo. My Venmo account. I don't have Venmo because my phone's tied to the Pout House account." So he sent money to the Pout House. So
Yeah, and I was all excited. I was like, man, I don't know this guy. Look, we just got more money.
yeah.
And I hit you up, and you were like, I'm with that dude. I was like, damn it.
That was for me, but congrats to the Pout House.
Now we have it. What's that Venmo account?
You can reach us at Inside the Pout House on Venmo if you would like to send some deli money.
Or Inside the Pallet House on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. We're blowing up right now.
Dude, we're crushing
until October or November when
Ever since that picture came out of me in Nashville.
That's right.
It's got so many OnlyFans fans. If you haven't had a chance to head over to our Facebook page, please do so and like us, follow us. That'd be helpful. Rate and review, and you can always send topics into InsideThePalletHouse@gmail.com, and you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at ITPH Podcast. And if my daughter has her way, we'll have a TikTok.
Yeah, you're gonna be TikTok famous
in
here
in like a week.
Yeah, it's that easy.
It's that easy.
Join TikTok, be famous.
Be famous. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers. That's a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
Oh no! Someone peed in my pants!
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.